Med history.
10 celebrity plastic surgeries that went wrong. Jocelyn Wildenstein is a famous victim of plastic surgery. In total, she spent more than $4 million on all operations. Now she is called Catwoman and Lioness Woman. Jocelyn Wildenstein. The motto of the famous Lioness Woman is still relevant. If you really want something, then you have to take it. Jocelyn is inflexible in achieving her goals. She came out of the situation with honor when she tried to stab Lloyd Kane with scissors. Nevertheless, she continues to swear at him and put up with him. According to Kane himself, he adores his lioness and cannot imagine life without her character and beauty. At the age of 70 or more, a woman looks amazing. It is not only spectacular, but also indescribable. Jocelyn changed her face by having plastic surgery when she married a billionaire back in 1978. The reason was simple. Her husband adored lions, and she wanted him to love her so much. Actually, it was, but eventually the husband ran away to a 21-year-old model. Now they live separately, although few people know about him. The media regularly reports on new scandals between the lioness and her 50-year-old boyfriend. It doesn't matter that there is already nowhere to put samples on the face. With the naked eye, you can see Jocelyn, who is a real mannequin for young plastic surgeons. He can perform facelifts, cheek and chin implants, lip reshaping and eye incision, and other operations. Janice Dickinson. Janice is a legend of the modeling world. Once upon a time, a girl from a dysfunctional family achieved unprecedented heights. It's incredible, but Janice has been on the cover of Vogue 37 times, signed contracts for the largest sums, acted as the face of famous couturiers, and had affairs with the most famous representatives of the bohemian world. Deciding that her beauty was worthy of any sacrifice, Dickinson went to plastic surgeons. They certainly did everything, and even a little more. The public has been enjoying the result for a dozen years. Janice herself believes that everything is fine and continues to participate in modeling life, but as an agent. Plastic surgery is performed by a specialist plastic surgeon and can be performed under general or local anesthesia. The procedure begins with marking the place of surgery on the patient's body. Then, the surgeon uses instruments such as a scalpel to correct or alter the tissues. At the end of the operation, the wound is sewn up and a bandage is applied. It is important to note that plastic surgery can have different stages depending on the type of procedure. After surgery, the patient is usually recommended to rest and follow up by a specialist. Yvonne Weldon. The appearance of this lady always causes a furore. In the past, Yvonne was one of the most famous golfers, who later became a regular at social parties. Spectacular, statuesque, she made a stunning impression. Unfortunately, no one told the woman that it is possible and necessary to talk to plastic surgeons before agreeing to surgery. Her face, transformed beyond recognition, instantly flew around the tabloids. Well, she has achieved fame again, but with a question mark. Kim Basinger. There are no wrinkles or emotions on Kim's face. The reason is simple: too many Botox injections. Anyway, Basinger did not hide the fact that she had been completely hooked on plastic surgery for a long time. She got a role in 9.5 weeks, which made her one of the most popular and coveted actresses in the world, only after correcting the shape of her lips and nose. For women, interventions in natural aging are becoming more common, and the changes are becoming more noticeable. After the film 50 Shades Darker showed that Kim is not good at mimicry, she needs new roles to showcase her acting talent. Only Donatella Versace knows why a representative of a famous family needed to visit a surgeon. Donatella had it all. After the death of her brother Gianni, she took over the management of the empire, was recognized for her amazing management skills, and increased the family's wealth. At the same time, the woman enlarged her breasts, lips, and tightened the skin of her face with fillers. Overall, Donatella felt good. Does she not like what happened? Michaela Romanini, dependence on Botox. At first, Michaela limited herself to light interventions in her appearance. She did various anti-aging treatments for herself. But after that, Romanini developed a real addiction to surgical interventions. At first, the former beauty became addicted to Botox. She couldn't stop stabbing him in every possible place. Ultimately, this led to an abnormal enlargement of the lips and petrification of the forehead area. The next stage of dependence on beauty treatments was the removal of wrinkles and skin tightening. In order to hide the scars and bruises that remain after numerous surgical procedures, Michaela began using self-tanning. However, initially the woman's tan was natural, but the doctors had to do their best to persuade Romanini from constantly being in the sun or in a solarium. Liposuction and mammoplasty became the final stage of dependence on surgical interventions. Along with her large breasts, Michaela also received 2 huge scars, which were simply impossible to hide. Madonna. Madonna, of course, has changed beyond recognition. If in the photo of previous years this is a woman with a twist and an intelligent look, corresponding to her bright pseudonym, then now we have the spitting image of Madame Saccone. A pumped-up face after deep lifting and a tightened upper third after bra lifting with the likeness of fox eyes looks, even adjusted for the difference in tastes, unaesthetic and rather rude. The body has also undergone a large scale change. At least this is lipofilling and mammoplasty. I think cosmetologists and plastic surgeons have done a serious job, because the immobile and strained state of the face indicates the presence of numerous fillers and Botox. In general, we have a completely different person in front of us. Individuality and past charm have disappeared without a trace. Perhaps this is another way for a pop diva to attract attention to her purse and hype, but the criticism is still objective. And by applying numerous filters to her not-too-successful image, she becomes like a doll at all, with a baby face, bleached skin, and a complete absence of facial expressions and wrinkles. Melanie Griffith, a famous actress, was an unattainable ideal for millions of young women. Melanie married the hot macho of cinema in addition to being amazingly beautiful, soulful, and unique. Melanie decided to undergo plastic surgery because she wanted to preserve her youth. Neither she nor her husband were satisfied with the result. It is said that Griffith's addiction to appearance changes was one of the reasons for her divorce from Antonio Banderas. Therefore, before making a decision on plastic surgery, it is necessary to carefully weigh all the risks and consult with a specialist in order to avoid possible negative consequences.